Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you guys my birthday book haul, and also I'm going to do the BookTube birthday tag. A few weeks ago I celebrated 2 years on BookTube, so I'm going to be doing that BookTube tag. But first I want to show you the bookish gifts that I got for my birthday. I just turned 46 on Thursday and my family gave me a really great birthday. We just kind of hung around the house in the morning, and my husband made me a really pretty birthday cake, and then we had our lunch and went out to the pumpkin patch. It's about 45 minutes from where we live. There's a lot of pumpkin patches and just like, you know, autumn themed farm experiences around here. But this one particular one our family has gone to for at least 10 years now. We always get a picture by this farm truck, and we just kind of always do the same stuff. So we did that again. And this time my 3 oldest sons weren't able to be there, but my daughter-in-law and 3 grandchildren were, so we kind of gained a person, right? So we did that, and then we came back to the house, and me and my daughter made hamburgers, and then we had my party. And I got a lot of nice gifts from my family, and so yeah, it was a great birthday. So I won't share everything with you guys, but I did want to share my bookish stuff with you. So we'll start with the things that my husband got me. I had been looking at the Darcy and Lizzie bookends at Barnes & Noble for quite a while. And when I was in last, I was pretty bummed because they had been purchased. There was only one set there, and they had been purchased, and then come to find out my husband's the one that purchased them. So I'm really excited about that. I really, really wanted them. This is what they look like out of the box. So yeah, they're really nice, heavy metal. He may look kind of a blackish color to you guys, but it's actually a blue, like a navy blue. So yeah, it was exciting to have those. And then he got me the box set of A Wrinkle in Time and all of its sequels. I've read A Wrinkle in Time, A Wind in the Door, and I don't think I've read the 3, 4, and 5 in this series. But I really wanted to read these again and then continue on this series. I'm not much of a series reader, so I've been kind of looking at different series that I could start, just to see if I enjoy reading book series. But I know these are good classic books and things that I struggled for years to understand. A Wrinkle in Time. I read it so many times from the time I was about 8 or 9 years old up until about 4 years ago, I think I read it, and I was like, okay, I get this now. It took a while. I'm not super science brained, but I did read that, and then I read A Wind in the Door, and then I just never did continue the series. So that was really kind of him to get me the box set. He got me some tea. I have always wanted to try Republic of Tea brand, and so he got me peppermint bark. So it's like a chocolate peppermint, and I think I just like the canister. I like to store things in these canisters, so I found them like at yard sales, you know, with the buttons in them or whatever. But now I have my own, so I can store something cool in this when I get done with it. I'm sure I'll enjoy the tea, but it's fun to have a cool little container as well. All right, and then he got me this coloring book, and Marjolaine Baston is one of my favorite illustrators. I discovered her probably in high school at Hallmark, right? That's where we see most of her stuff. Nature's Sketchbook, if you're familiar with that, I don't know, brand, style. Anyway, so it's a really nice coloring book because it has her, illustrations colored the way that she painted them, probably, I guess. And then it has it outlined for us to do as well. So that's a really special book. I'm excited to get that. And it is by the brand Posh. So I was like, when I said, I got a Posh coloring book, my family laughed. So like, yeah, that's so you. Not that I'm posh, just maybe I'm kind of wannabe, but anyway, moving on. And then he got me 2 puzzles. So this is the Brontes puzzle. I've been looking for this one. We went Did I tell you guys I got the King Arthur one? I can't remember, but I finished the Charles Dickens one. And so I swear this is going to be Puzzle Tube in like 10 years because I am such a puzzle holic. But anyway, I finished the Charles Dickens one. And so then he took me out and got me the King Arthur one, but I was looking for the Brontes and couldn't find it. Well, then he found it on Amazon. So, and then Miss Marple also. And he and I are in the middle of watching the Miss Marple from the 80s with Joan Hickson. There is no other series of Miss Marple that compares. They're the best ones. So we're in the middle of watching those. We're actually going to watch one tonight. We watch them every Saturday night together. So super excited about that. All right, so that is everything bookish that I got from my husband. And then I'm going to show you the bookish gifts from my mom. So if you've been following this channel for a while, you know I talk about my mom a lot. She lives out in Oregon. I'm in Arkansas. That is 24 hours and about 1,800 miles. So I'm really close to my mom, but we only see each other about every, I don't know, 9 months to a year. So that's hard. I hate it. She keeps saying I need to move home so we can hang out, and I keep saying she needs to move out here so we can hang out. Hopefully one day, one or the other will happen, but the more my kids move out and settle down, the more she just should come out here, and then they'll have their grandma and their great grandma, right? Anyway, so we send each other boxes of presents and things throughout the year, and she always makes me a really special birthday box. Okay, so the first bookish thing from Mom is this beautiful collection of Jane Austen's complete novels in this huge and heavy, beautiful book with gold lettering and edges. This is such a special thing for my collection. One thing that I love about this is the illustrations are by Hugh Thompson. So he is kind of the celebrated Victorian illustrator of her novels. Just such neat and detailed illustrations. He's kind of the definitive, you know, artist for Jane and other things. But yeah, anyway. So when I got this, I got excited and kind of, you know, gasped in exuberance. And then flipped through and read some of my favorite passages. And this is just going to be a really special addition to my Jane Austen collection. And then perfect with my new bookends, right? So that was special. Appreciate that. She sent me a couple of gifts in these fabric gift bags. And inside the bag, there's a little note in each one, and it says, "The Buffalo Bag Tradition. The first people gave gifts in bags made from animal skins. These bags were never destroyed, only used again and again. Use this buffalo bag for the next gift you give." And this is made by the Chippewa Cree twins. I looked online, I couldn't find any kind of a like Facebook website, Etsy, whatever. But she got this somewhere in Oregon, I'm assuming. And so if I ever find that site, I will link it in this video. I love getting gifts that are handmade. I think that's really special, and I really like to support small businesses. So I love it when people support them in my name, in my honor, right? So anyway, in that little bag is this sweet book, The Quiet Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is 3 Christmas stories written by her, just short stories. And so this will be really special to read here shortly. It has illustrations at the beginning of each story. And it's just such a special looking little book with the bookmark. So from the place she got it, this is Brett's Books, New and Used in Pendleton, Oregon. If he has a website, I will link it below. But this is a bookshop that is new. This guy purchased the bookshop that I used to love to go to in Pendleton called Pendleton Book Company. He purchased it, and so now new owner. Haven't met him yet and haven't visited that shop yet, but hopefully next time I'm in Oregon I can do that. So this little bag is like the perfect size for that. It's just a sweet gift presented in such a pretty way. So happy about that. She got me this notebook here with all these neat botanicals, the owl. Every birthday she gets me something with an owl on it. So The owl at the top and then the other birds. Anyway, it's really pretty. And it's a journal, a little notebook. And then it also has a bookmark from where it came from. And this is the town that I lived in when I was a little kid. That's the town I was born in, Hefner, Oregon. Teeny tiny. And they do have a website. I will put that in the description, but it's called Flood Town Books. And so the bookmark is like a flood with books, right? Because this town flooded, I don't know, 110, 120 years ago. It flooded, and that's like the major history of that town because it took out a good part of the town and the population. So anyway, that's why it's called Flood Town Books, but that was sweet. She got me some tea. This is Hampstead Organic Peppermint and Spearmint, which is a amazing combination. I love spearmint tea so much. This is gonna be really good. And it comes from England, and that gives it all authority it needs, right? Anyway, that'll be yummy. And then also, I guess I'm just kind of bookish. Like when I read, I eat chocolate and I drink tea. So she got me some chocolate. This is Hue brand. And so, you know, while it's not totally bookish, I did want to share it with you guys because this brand of chocolate, so I've tried it, it is good, but it is like hardly any ingredients, just the stuff you need to make like a decent yummy chocolate snack. So this one that is the salty dark chocolate, it only has organic cacao, organic unrefined coconut sugar, organic cocoa butter, and sea salt. That's it. And then the one with cashew butter, it kind of mimics a Reese's, like it's got, you know, chocolate covered peanut butter bar basically. Organic cacao, unrefined coconut sugar, cashew butter, cocoa butter, vanilla bean, sea salt. All organic, all things we can pronounce. It tastes really good. And I looked online, you can get these like at Sprouts, you can get them at Target, I don't know where else, but if you guys haven't tried those and you're looking for something that's just, you know, natural and yummy, this might be a good pick for you. All right, that's all the bookish stuff from my mom. And then I have a bunch of online friends that have sent me books, cards, bookmark stickers, like just all kinds of really nice things. There's a huge stack of cards on my desk from people all over the world who have sent me cards and presents for my birthday. So sweet. Thank you so much. All of you friends. I run an international letter writers group, so a lot of it came from there. A lot of it came from friends on Book Crossing. And so thank you everyone who sent me cards and letters and things. I wanted to share the books and bookish things that I got from just a few people. This little pile I'm going to share with you is from my friend Erica, who lives in London, and we have been exchanging gifts at least 10 years, probably longer, maybe 15, a long time. And we exchange gifts at the holidays and on our birthdays. So she put together a really special little birthday box for me. And she sent it quite a while ago, so she sent like some candy and things in it, and she's like, eat that first. So it doesn't go bad. So that's gone. I can't show you that. But the rest of the things I opened on my birthday. So one of the gifts that was really special are these two books. This one is The Little Gray Rabbit's Wishing Day by Alison Utley. And then this one, Little Gray Rabbit's Birthday by Alison Utley. And these are special to me because one, I never mentioned at all that I was looking for books by Alison Utley. But she knows my style, and she knows how much I love Beatrix Potter and, you know, like Brambley Hedge and that kind of stuff. And so she's like, yeah, you'll like these. So she just knew me and sent these, and that is special. But also, I have been watching Miranda Mills, and she's just kind of like a bookish and lifestyle blogger. I really admire her. She reminds me a lot of how I was when I was a blogger. Before I had this channel, I ran a homemaking blog, and just that whole feel, I don't know, that was kind of like how I liked to make my blog. And kind of goals for this channel as well. I'd like to bring in more of just like my daily lifestyle stuff along with the bookish content. But Anyway, she made a video a while back and talked about kind of like cottagey sort of feel books that she recommended. And one of the authors was Alison Utley, and she was showing different books and illustrations, and I was just like, oh, those are beautiful. I have never heard of her, but I would love to have books by her. And I just kind of kept that in the back of my mind, like it's on my own private wish list. And then Erica sent me these, and so that just was really special. Like, I actually did cry. So I'm going to read through these. They're very similar to, you know, Peter Rabbit style, where you've got the animal illustrations and the little stories. But I really, I know nothing other than they're just adorable. And I didn't even think to look for them when I was in England. So anyway, I'm gonna really enjoy those. She sent me this little postcard book of wallpaper samples from different estates in England, which I think is neat. I don't know, I'm into that. One of these days I want my whole house to be, you know, wallpapered with these interesting prints. Whenever I go and stay somewhere nice in England, I'm always in awe of the neat wallpaper. It's just a thing I'm into. So she sent that. Of course, I didn't tell her that either. So it's nice when you have a friend who just gets you, right? And then she sent me this box of Jane Austen note cards. They look like that. And then she stuck in some like floral ones as well, the little postcards that she had. So that's a sweet little bookish papery sort of gift. And then I got 5 books from just various online friends. This one is called The Nurse's Secret by Amanda Skenendor, I think. This is a historical fiction set in New York in the late Victorian times about a nurse based on Florence Nightingale's like nursing practices. And it talks about, it's set at Bellevue, which is the first nursing school of its kind. So anyway, I think there might be a mystery involved. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Another friend from London sent me that. I got the sequel to the, what was it called? The Book Women of Troublesome Creek, which I read years ago. And then I've had this on my wish list forever. This is like a little bookmark that's in there. This is just like the tag of it. Cute. But this is the sequel, The Bookwoman's Daughter. And this is by Kim Michelle Richardson. The story is set in Appalachia, and it's like the traveling bookmobiles, the traveling libraries on horseback, right? You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, back in the day, actually this one is set in Kentucky, like a pack horse library. That's what I'm trying to say. People would go and take horses around way up into the hills, you know, where it was difficult to get up into there, and where people lived that didn't come to town very often, and people would take librarians and would take books up to them and kind of drop them off on a little route, and then pick up, right, the books that they had borrowed and let them borrow new ones. Just a way to kind of get new books to them, right, and promote literacy in that region. And what a cool thing, right? I would love it if somebody showed up on horseback with a bag of books for me to choose from. So that's just a sequel to that story. Looking forward to that. Then this one I have had on my wish list for a really long time. This is called Lost in Translation by Ella Francis Sanders. And this book basically just gives you words that like there's no English equivalent to, I guess, and then tells you what they mean. Like, for instance, this one's really funny. So this is it's an Australian language, Wagiman, W-A-G-I-M-A-N. I guess it's a nearly extinct Australian language, and the word is mer-ma, so it's like that. And this word is a verb, mer-ma, the act of searching for something in the water with only your feet. We have no equivalent for that in English, right? Like, our equivalent is searching for something in the water with only your feet. But they have one word for it, which that's just cool, right? And that's funny because when I was a kid and I was taking swimming lessons, they had like the little cut of hose, right? And they would throw it down, and then you're supposed to like go under those to encourage you to go under the water and teach you how to go under the water safely and stuff, right? And I was like, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 or something. And so they wanted you to go under the water and like plug your nose or whatever, get the hose, bring it back up. well, I don't know if I like understood the concept of what they were actually trying to teach me. I don't think I did, because I'm just like, oh, well, the point is to get the hose. So I grabbed it with my toes and brought it up. I didn't want to go under the water, for one thing. I know that because I was nervous about that for a long time. But I just think that's so funny. Like, I can remember it. I have this memory in my mind of being at the swimming pool in Hefner and picking up the hose with my feet. Yeah, and my mom's sitting on the side laughing and the lady laughing, and anyway. So I was a mermaid. I was mermaiding in those days. But anyway, that's what that book is full of. Words that, you know, that we have phrases for here in English, but we don't have an equivalent of just one word. So that's going to be a really fun read. And just fun to kind of have laying around, right? Like, people come over and it's just like, they're bored, they're waiting for you to finish dinner, whatever. It's a fun book to look at. Okay, and then the last two I got from my friend in Ohio. This one is called The Secret Life of Sunflowers by Marta Molnar. And this tells the story of Vincent van Gogh's sister-in-law. Before Vincent died, his brother died. And so Vincent actually willed all of his stuff to his sister-in-law. And she, when he died, she was like under 30 years old and, you know, a widow, she had children, maybe a baby, I think it says. And she didn't have any way to support herself. And so she, like, from what I understand, and I've only just read little snippets about this woman, so looking forward to reading this, but from what I understand, she kind of feels like a PR girl for Vincent van Gogh, even after he had passed away, to really promote, you know, his paintings, promote him as a great artist, whatever, and made him famous, and apparently supported herself. So did she sell his paintings? Did she sell prints? I don't really know, but we're gonna read about it here and find out. So looking forward to that. Looks like a good read and an interesting story. And then lastly, this book called The Bookshop of Yesterdays by Amy Meyerson. She sent this to me, and I actually have already read this, and I liked it, except for it was full of profanity, and I did not like that part. So if we could, like, cut all of that out, hey, publishers, we don't like to read that kind of stuff, that'd be great. But it was really kind of her to send me these two books. And so that's it for all of my bookish gifts. Great birthday. Really excited for what this year is gonna bring. So let's go into the BookTube 2-year birthday celebration. I've got some notes here with the questions. There are 8 prompts to this tag. The first one is, how many years on BookTube are you celebrating? So I'm celebrating 2. I started my BookTube channel in late September of 2023. And I don't think I did a whole lot of it right at the beginning, but you know, obviously doing a lot more now. Loving it. I've learned a lot, met a lot of really great people. It's been a great 2 years so far. Prompt number 2, what has kept you motivated to continue making videos? Above all else, by far, the relationships that I have been making with different BookTube friends. I've got some really special friends here that I only know through BookTube, through their channels and them visiting mine, and that has been awesome. I love hearing about what other people are reading. I love just hearing, you know, people's personalities shine through as they get excited talking about the books that they read and were into. I love the warnings when someone says, don't bother with this one, it's horrible. I just like promoting each other. I love the community here. So that is definitely what has kept me motivated and kept me wanting to do this. I do like to talk, but if there's no like response or feedback, then it seems pointless. All right, number 3, what are 3 of your favorite videos that you've made in the past year and why? I really enjoyed the videos that I made this summer in June and July about Jane Austen, about Jane Austen July, about my visit to England. Towards the end of June and the beginning of July, I made a series of videos where I put in little clips on my trip. One of them that I really loved was the one that I put up my 50 by 50 challenge, but then I also put in clips of me at on the Jane Austen tour that you can take from Alton to Chawton. So I really loved that one. I loved the ones where I was reading excerpts from different books in the place that they were set or in the place that they were written. I had one where I was in kind of like the courtyard, front lawn, whatever, of Winchester Cathedral, and I was reading an excerpt from Charlotte Mary Young, and then I actually videoed the path through the cathedral and back out of it that she was describing in that story. So that was fun. In December, I made a video that talked about our fear and why we like reading spooky stories, what that does in us, what sort of questions does that answer for us, and how does it, psychologically work things out in our minds, and things when we read, things that kind of scare us or, make us feel spooky or whatever. I did that because there was a reading challenge called The Ghosts of Christmas Past, and you read Victorian ghost stories. Basically, it was a thing to do at Christmas time back in the day. And so anyway, I talked about that, and I liked doing that because I really researched and thought through things quite a bit, and I don't know, it was kind of like a video essay. I liked that. And then most recently, I've done a video essay on the book Rebecca, and I enjoyed that also. I am enjoying the video essay process because it allows me to think really deeply on themes, and it allows me to kind of look for elements like symbolism and just stuff like that, and I enjoy doing that. They don't get a ton of views, right? Because one, people don't want to watch videos with spoilers, and also, that's a whole video on one topic, but those are the ones I kind of just do for myself because I enjoy them, so. I really like all the videos that I make, though. Like, I have a lot of fun on BookTube. It never feels like a chore. If it does feel like a chore, I just don't do it until it feels like I want to do it again. So super low maintenance, and I enjoy that. Number 4, what have you struggled with on BookTube in the past year, and how did you overcome that struggle? I have kind of a hard time even answering that question, but I think one of the things that sort of is on my mind sometimes is that maybe I talk too much. But then when I was thinking that through, I realized, well, you guys are literally clicking on this video to hear me talk, so it's okay. It's okay if I talk too much. That's the whole point. It'd be really ridiculously weird if you turned on the video and I was just doing this. I mean, even that was awkward for that long. Number 5, choose one moment from the past year on BookTube that you would love to relive. I really liked doing the Jane Austen giveaways. So during the month of July, I gave away some prize packages, and the way that you could win a prize package was by finding the keyword in my video. So I would just be talking, and all of a sudden I'd be like, the keyword is curtains, and then I would just keep talking or whatever, and they'd have to find the keyword and then go put it into a little link that I had, and then that would enter them in the drawing. So I gave away, I think I gave away 5 prize packages, and I'm definitely doing that again. I think that's going to be like my Jane Austen July thing because I really loved that. Number 6 says, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. I cannot do that because I have a lot of really great supporters. I have a lot of really great BookTube friends. I am not going to call anyone out because I will forget somebody and that will be horrible. So I'm going to shout out my daughter instead. She just started BookTube. She put out her first video a few days ago. It was kind of her Gothic October wrap up, talked about the things that she read for Gothic October. It was a big deal for her because she's just getting back into reading. And so she dressed up and had the whole thing really atmospheric for Gothic October and made a video. And I'm really proud of her. She's super poised and she really wants to learn, how to do BookTube. I was like, just do whatever you want. That's how you do it. But she's enjoying it. She really wants to be a part of the community and things. So shout out to Lynzie. I'll put her link in the description box. Check out her her video and subscribe if you want to help support Lynzie. She's turning 26 here in just a couple of months. So she's our oldest. Super sweet. Lives at home with us still. And it's really fun to have her around. All right, number 7, what's the best book you've read in the past year? I really think that would be Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. It is a fictionalized story of Shakespeare's family, the loss of their son. It affected me big time in just so many really deep ways. I'd make a video essay on that, but I just can't probably keep myself from losing it long enough to tell you guys about that one. But I think that's probably, it's definitely gonna be my top 5. It may be my top #1 book this year. I think it probably is right now, so yeah. All right, and then number 8, where do you see your channel in a year's time and what do you hope to have achieved? So last year, about, I don't know, I think it was at New Year's, I did one of these, and the question was, you know, what do you want to do about followers or whatever? And my goal was to double my followers. Well, I think I had like 125, 175, somewhere in there, followers at that time. And I said I wanted to double my followers. So I'm right now sitting at 469. So yay, I definitely doubled them. So I'm gonna say that again. Like, I would love to at least double my followers in the next year. That's just fun, right? I mean, it's just fun when you know lots of people are watching your channel, or even a few people, but it's really fun when lots of people are, right? I mean, let's just be honest. So I would like to increase my followers, of course, meet more, you know, booktubers that, new booktubers for sure, because I really like to encourage people, and then also just, you know, people that I align with on reading tastes and worldviews and the way we see things and stuff, because it is fun when you can kind of like agree on, you know, the ridiculousness of things, whatever side you're on. And then what else did I write on here? Hoping to share. Oh yeah, I would like to share more, like I said earlier, I think, about what I do kind of on a daily basis. So I had a homemaking lifestyle blog for years, a really long time. I worked with a lot of brands, got it to be a pretty well-known blog. And I really liked sharing that aspect of my life, just the things I did around the house and, you know, things that I made or places that I went, that kind of thing. And so I would like to incorporate more of that into these videos along with the bookish content. I do put up my travel stuff quite a bit, but just, you know, random things like I'm redecorating my living room and here's what I bought, that kind of stuff. I don't know. You guys tell me know if you think that you might be interested in that stuff. I am definitely interested in that kind of stuff when it's somebody that I feel like I know, you know, like I've watched them for a while, or, you know, if any of my BookTube friends were to start talking about, you know, what they bought to make Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, like I'd be into that. But I don't actually necessarily go looking for like, what did you make for Thanksgiving dinner videos? But if it was somebody that I'm already following, then yeah, I would be really interested in that. So you guys can let me know how you feel about that. But I would like to do more of that kind of stuff. It's just fun and it encourages me to be creative in my home, right? The last question is to tag someone whose anniversary is coming up. I have no idea when you guys started BookTube. So if your anniversary is coming up, you should do this tag. And if you do, tag me so I can come and check out all of your answers. Guys, this has been a fun 2 years. I'm looking forward to many more. It's been a great birthday and I'm looking forward to many more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.